You are a proof of a good God because your body is so perfect.
No, that's the proof of hard work. That's not a proof.
Who did the hard work? I'm not talking about the muscles. I'm talking about the inside, how the heart works, how your eye works. You're not the king of your body because you cannot even make your heart stop. Just think about it, you can't. You know what I'm saying? God is the one that pumps it because he created you perfect.
So when you think about infants, right, who are born precious, helpless, who, let's say, I don't know, has a pierced lung and don't make it, did they sin?
Hey, how's it going, man? We're going around asking people questions. Can I ask you a couple questions for my YouTube channel? Hey, what's up, man? You just working out?
It's too late to work out.
It's too late? Man, you're just showing the muscle, right?
That's it, man.
Bro, we're going around asking people questions about life, you know? Where do you think everything came from?
Where I think everything came from?
Yeah, everything. You see outside creation and everything, and it seems beautiful, right? It must be a what?
I think everything just came from creation. I think it came from man.
From men?
From man.
Oh, well, man was created. So who created man then?
I'm not too sure. Some people say God. Some people say, you know, I don't know, evolution of a dinosaur. So I'm not too sure. I'm not someone who knows it all. And I'm not someone who listens to everything I hear.
All right, let me ask you a question. What's the proof of a builder for that building right there?
What's the proof of the builder?
The building, right? If somebody comes up to you and that building built by itself, what would you say to that person? There's no way, right?
Right, for sure.
It's impossible. Well, we see so much design in creation, you know, your eyes, your body, you know, all the muscles, the way your heart works, your brain works. There's so much design, even more than in an iPhone. And we see iPhone and we can tell there was somebody that put it together, right?
Sure.
We see our bodies and everything, you know, every animal, men and women in every species. There's a day and night. There's seasons. There's so much design.
For sure.
It would be crazy to believe it just came from nowhere or nothing.
For sure.
Make sense?
I agree.
All right. Can I tell you a story, man?
Sure.
All right. God created us to have an eternal relationship with us through love. Love has to have something for it to be true. It has to have a decision. Love is not a feeling, you know? It's a decision. Because if you bring a woman into an island and say, from now on, you're going to love me, it's not really a love because there's no way she can reject you, right? So this is what happened. God created man and woman and put them in a place called the Garden of Eve, right? And there was one thing that they couldn't do. Why? Because they needed to decide to love God more than their sin. But we rejected God and we sinned against him. Before we sin, he said that the wages of sin is death. If we sin, we're gonna die. And that's the reason we die. That's why we're not so used to dying, right? Everybody's scared of dying because they don't know what's gonna happen. But God did something for us. He came 2,000 years ago to take the debt we deserve. He paid a fine for us so we can be with him forever. You ever heard that before?
I have not.
It's called the gospel. People going around for about 2,000 years ago. You ever hear about Jesus dying on the cross?
I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who created the Bible?
The Bible was written by men, inspired by God.
Who created the Bible?
The Bible is written by 40 different men through a period of 1,500 years.
Okay. So if 40 different people told you one story, do you think all 40 are going to tell the same story?
No.
So who do you believe?
God. But here's the thing.
No. Don't ignore the question. So who do you believe out of the 40 men who created this book? Who do you believe?
They all tell one story. So the Bible is not a book. It has 66 books.
For sure.
And it was written by 40 different authors between 1,500 years in 3 different languages. Now, they all tell one story, and most of them prophesy about things that were going to happen, and they come to pass. Here's the thing. Was Jesus a real person? That's the question, right? So you go back to history, and if he was a real person, then you got to find out if he was credible or not, right?
So was he a real person?
Was Jesus a real person?
Yeah.
Right. Every historian says he was a real person.
No, I'm asking you, was he a real person?
Yeah, 2,000
so-
years ago.
So where was he buried?
Well, he was buried in Jerusalem, but he rose again 3 days later.
Okay.
And then not only the believers said that he rose again, but the enemies said that the tomb was empty as well. So it was not only the followers that said he rose again, but the Jews that killed him say that the tomb was empty as well. Make sense? And then Rome.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because if you say it was a lie, then only the believers would say that he rose again. But then the Jews said that the tomb is empty, acknowledging there was nobody in the tomb. And then you go to the Romans, which is who killed him as well, and the Romans said
How
that
did 4 people kill one person?
no. So this is what happened. 2,000 years ago, in Israel,
Okay.
there's a religion called the Jews, right?
Yeah.
The Jews have the Old Testament, which is everything written before Jesus. In the Old Testament, they prophesied about a Messiah that was to come to destroy all oppression, right? So the Jews were waiting for a Messiah that will come and kill everybody that is oppressing the Jews. But he didn't come to remove the Romans who were slaving the Jews. He came to remove sin so that it doesn't slave us. So the Jews were expecting another Messiah, so they killed him. But they couldn't kill him, so they took him to the Romans because they were in charge of Israel. Now, they killed Jesus and he rose again 3 days, and all of them agreed that the tomb was empty. He appeared to 500 people. Now, if he is a historical, reliable person and he really rose again, you gotta come to that conclusion. You gotta investigate. And if he really rose again, what he was saying was right. Make sense?
It doesn't. It doesn't, because it's like
Look, if you die and rise again in 3 days, everything you say, I'll listen very carefully.
very true. So let me ask you. So do you believe that God made man, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe that God made man in His image?
Yes, but this is what it means. That has will, that has a consciousness, right? And that is free to make decisions. We're not like machines that are programmed. Make sense? So when he said he made us in his likeness and image, he made us free. He made us able to make decisions. Make sense?
Sure.
That's what he means.
So when you say that God came back to erase sin, is that what you said?
He came back to pay the consequence of our actions. So because we are free to make decisions, we decided to reject him. And because of that, we deserve death, hell. It's like this. You know, we have a constitution, right? The constitution says every crime you commit has this type of punishment, right? So God gave us the 10 commandments. And every time we break one of the commandments, in the day of judgment, we're storing a punishment, which is death, separation from him forever. That's the reason we die. Because we couldn't pay to be free. We cannot do good things. We cannot erase the fact that we committed sin. He came out of heaven and took the spot. It's like this. The judge says, man, we're here to judge you for the bad things you've done. You deserve capital punishment. You go into the electrical chair. But the judge says, man, I love you so much. You know what? I want you to be free. I'm going to take your spot in the electrical chair. That's what God did. Because by being a good person, we're never going to make it to heaven. Make sense? And he's...
Because that doesn't make sense. If you're always being a good person, why wouldn't you, I guess, go to heaven?
Because we're never a good person. We always fall short. We always do evil. We always break the 10 commandments. Shall not lie, shall not steal, shall not fornicate, shouldn't look with lust, honor your dad and mom. We broke all the time. And if you tell one lie, you're going to be guilty just if somebody tells lies forever.
Do you believe that we only die from sin and nothing else?
That's the reason we die.
So,
we were not supposed to die.
So, do you believe that we only die from sin and nothing else?
Yeah, we die from sickness and stuff like that, but that's a consequence of our sin. At the beginning, when God created man, He made him good.
So,
Make sense?
Do you believe that we only die from sin?
We only die because of sin.
So, when you think about infants, right, who are born precious, helpless, who, let's say, I don't know, has a pierced lung and don't make it, Did they sin?
Okay, so at the beginning, God created us in His presence, in His
So
glory. No, no,
does-
no. No,
does-
they didn't sin.
So
Jesus said,
why would
let the children come to me because the kingdom of heaven belongs to them. So they never committed sin. They go straight to heaven. But this is the reason we die. Because from the beginning, God made us in a relationship. When we sinned, we were kicked out of His presence. And now we're in the fallen world. This is like a holding cell before judgment day. And that's why we see so much evil. That's why we see sickness. That's why we see kids dying. You know what I'm saying? He didn't intend that. We decided that. Make sense?
no? You keep saying you say it makes sense because you want me to say yes, but I'm saying it doesn't.
All right.
It doesn't.
All right. So let's start. Let me recap.
Mhm.
God created you to have a relationship with Him out of love. So He made a perfect place without sickness so that you can be in relationship out of love. In order to love to happen, there has to be a chance of rejecting Him. So He put the tree of life so that Adam and Eve will have the choice. They chose to reject God, so they were kicked out of His presence. And now we're in the fallen world without the presence of God. The king of this earth is the devil because he lied to Adam and Eve, and we were kicked to earth together with the devil. Now the devil wants to kill everybody, and they bring sickness, all of that. And that's the reason we suffer so much. When we were with God, everything was perfect. Make sense? And now God loves you so much that if you decide to be without Him, He's gonna let you. He's not gonna force you. You can't force somebody to love you.
Correct.
Make sense? So He's like, you don't wanna love me? It's fine. Now, because we were kicked out, He came to save us. And now He comes up to people and saying, man, I know you rejected me, and now you're paying the consequence of rejecting me, but look, I still want you. I'm gonna pay the consequence for you. Accept it. It's a free gift. Make sense? Does it make sense? Is it like?
It doesn't. Like I don't know why you think that.
But it makes sense. There's a God, right?
No, it makes sense to you. So for someone who has the free will to think and have discernment on what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, everything doesn't make sense. So to sit here and say, does that make sense? It doesn't.
So does it make sense? There's a builder for that
I'm not
building.
talking about the building right now. So to say that we all die from sin, and then when babies are born and they die because they are innocent, it's not because
No,
of
it's
sin.
because we're in a fallen world. The whole humanity is separated from God, and that's why we suffer, because we're not together with God. Now He wants people to go back to Him, and that's why He's holding His return. This is what makes sense. The builder happened because the proof is the building, right? God happened because creation is the proof of Him. You are a proof of a good God because your body is so perfect.
No, that's a proof of hard work. That's not a proof.
Who did the hard work?
Me.
I'm not talking about the muscles. I'm talking about the inside, how the heart works, how your eye works. You're not the king of your body because you cannot even make your heart stop. Just think about it. You can't. You know what I'm saying? God is the one that pumps it because He created you perfect. So where do you think everything came from?
I don't really know. Like I'm not someone to say, oh, I'm saying this, I'm saying that, because it's like.
But there's a creator, right?
There is a creator of everything. However, do I know? I don't, and I'm not gonna act and see here like I do know, because when I hear and I see people say certain things as if they were the one who created or told the story, it's like that's not.
I don't need to know the builder for that building. I don't need to know him personally.
For sure.
Right? I can say 100% that there was a builder.
Right, so to that point, we can see that building, we can touch that building, we can taste that building, we can see that building, we can feel that building.
Yeah, we can see our bodies, we can see our side,
Right.
we
So
can see
tell-
creation.
okay,
We don't
so-
have to see God.
Right, we do, because for
Well,
it
you
to
don't
make
have to see
sense-
you don't have to see the builder to know there's a builder. Just look at what he built and
but
say there
there's-
is a builder.
But there's proof that we can actually see.
You
feel,
are a
and know
living
that.
proof of God creation. Every person right here is a living proof of God creation. Every plant, every animal, seasons, earth, the universe is so vast and so well designed. There will be crazy to say there's no creator.
I believe there's
All right, so there's a creator,
but to
right?
say everything came from one person, do I know that? No, I don't.
You don't have to know, but we know somebody had to create it. Now, this person that created us, or this being, he's good because he created us perfect. And he loves you so much that he wants to have a relationship with you. He didn't create you just because, all right, let's create it. No, he created you with a purpose, to have a relationship with him. That's what you were made for. Make sense? Yes, make sense or no make sense?
Does it make sense? Does what make sense?
That you were created because of something,
I was created because of something
with purpose,
with purpose. I do believe that.
right? Because when we do something, it's because we have something in mind. When God created everything, he had you in mind. You're not a product of like chance, because if there is no God, life has no meaning.
Trust me, there's a lot of people who live without meaning. There's a lot of things. So
Yeah, but that's why we see so
but
many.
we create meaning.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's meaningless, because if it's a product of chance, nobody thought about you. You know what I'm saying? But if you know there's a God, he's like, oh, he thought about me. He chose me. He created me to have a relationship with me. Even if my dad says like you were a mistake, God says no, you were not a mistake. He thought
I
about
think
you,
everything happens for a reason, for sure.
right? The reason that you were created is God. And the reason why is because he created you to have a relationship with you. He loves you so much. He even came to take the punishment for your sins and for my sins. Because on the day of judgment, I'm going to be guilty. But my fine has been paid. And that's the only way I can make it to heaven. If it's because I'm a good person, I'm not a good person. I lie, steal, fornicate, look, we lost. We all fall short.
I'm a definitely good person. I don't.
You never lie, you never steal, you never
I
look,
said
we
I'm a
lost.
good person. I truly believe that I'm a good person. I'm a great
So
person.
then Jesus doesn't make sense to you, because what do you need a savior for?
A savior for what? What do you mean?
Like Jesus comes to save us from our evil stuff, right? Like every time we sin. But if I think I'm a good person,
I don't agree with that.
exactly. That's why Jesus doesn't make sense to you. Because a cure doesn't make sense to somebody that thinks he's healthy. There's this guy that goes to the gym just like you. You know, you're very healthy, bro. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor puts him in an X-ray machine. In the X-ray machine, he says his bones are very bad. He got 2 weeks to live, but he has a cure. When the guy comes up to him, you think he gives him the X-ray or the cure first?
I don't know.
Let's say the doctor comes up and says, hey, here's the cure for the disease. The guy's not gonna take it because he thinks he's healthy. He goes to the gym every day. He has to show him the X-ray first, him realizing he needs the cure, and then he will accept it. That's what I try to do. You know, we broke the moral law, which is the 10 Commandments, what God made for us to live in harmony. We rejected him, and because of that, in day of judgment, we're gonna be guilty and be separated from him forever. We don't want to be with him. He's gonna let you not be with him. If you don't want to be with him, he's not gonna force you. But if you want to be with him, the sin doesn't allow you to be with him, but he paid a fine for you. He cured that disease, but you will only accept it if you think you need it. If you think you don't need it, it doesn't make sense. I know there's a lot of things that don't make sense, but I'm gonna give you something. It's a love letter from God to you. It looks like a bunch of money, but it's more valuable than anything. He thought about you. He created you with purpose. It's the 4th book of the Bible. It's the New Testament. Read it. You don't have to believe
I
it.
don't read. If it was an audiobook, I would listen to it, but I don't read.
All right, I can put you an audiobook on the phone if you want.
That's fine.
All right. God bless you, man.
Have a good one.
All right.